With Lethea, McCann, and Byron, MacDonald.
Just to make sure you don't forget what we look like. Forget what we look like.
And we are live. Welcome to the Contradiction, guys, with myself, Byron, MacDonald, and Lethea, McCann. As I say each week, Facebook is a private-owned interface. So if you do get logged off, please just hop back onto the page and you might find a new link there.
That's correct. And as we say each week, the contradiction is about bringing different viewpoints together and allowing you, the viewer, the opportunity to comment and engage and share your viewpoint on the content that we will be sharing here tonight. So each week we get a new guest host and a new topic to discuss and contradict each other's viewpoints. So moving on, we have an amazing guest host on tonight's show. They are beautiful ladies all the way from Cape Town's northern suburbs. And they were both teen moms and have been best friends for the past 8 years. That's right, and we all know ladies.
They can't agree. They never agree.
They never agree. It's tough to stay friends. Moving on, they are accomplished young ladies, independent and single, ready to mingle, which makes them perfect for tonight's topic. So allow me to welcome you, Carlin, Ardense, and Cecile Hull.
We just bring them on to the show. Hey guys.
I know.
Good, man. You guys are lekker there in your black. We now white tops.
Yes, with the fallen angels.
I'm already looking into the comment section. We haven't even gone live, and the guys are already saying hi, girls, and watching the awesome ladies. So single, ready to mingle with Alarai. As I say, so
I think they know now.
I think they know now.
So guys, man, we're all in quarantine. I see we're going to level 3 tomorrow, and we don't like to talk about that each day. That's why we have the show, and life still goes on. We all face adversities and stuff. How you guys been, man? What has been keeping the two of you busy?
Well, mostly each other, I want to say.
Yeah.
Just keeping the humor up, I think, from my side.
I've been baking and cooking. I think I picked up a few pounds, so I've been cooking up a storm. Like I've been baking like crazy. That's basically and Netflix. I got addicted to Netflix over lockdown. So yeah.
I think that's all of us because I mean I've seen your Gatsby's and your what's that cinnamon roll, cinnamon buns. You've just been cooking even 3 a.m. in the morning. You're busy cooking.
Always makes me feel like having.
I'm preparing for my old man.
So you're not preparing to stay single for long anymore, then?
No. I think I spoke too soon. I slipped out.
But girls, you know why we brought you ladies. You can't say girls anymore because females and people get so offended with anything you say in life today. You know why we brought
Independent
Yes, but maybe we're still 16. Like we're 16.
Well, I turned 17 this year.
Yeah.
So,
when you
It's my 23 years time, so.
But jokes aside, we came onto the show with a certain topic that we agreed on. And finding yourself in a space where you so to call single ladies. I don't want to let your boyfriend get pissed off when I say that now, but I'm just saying so to call single ladies. And the topic is an old man's queen or a young man's slave. I don't think any young man would like us using this topic today. So
because it's saying something directly towards them.
Yeah, it's not even a question. It's making a statement.
It's making a
statement.
So what is your view on the statement? Do you agree that dating an old man means that you're going to be his queen and being with a younger man means that you're going to be his slave? The two of you have been in the dating world now for a while. You've both been single for a while. What is your experience?
You do that?
Well, what I'm experiencing lately, or what I've seen lately, is that it's quite the opposite these days. It's like the younger men tend to treat you more like a queen, and the older ones not so much anymore. I mean, dynamics have changed a bit. That's what I think.
I also agree with her to some extent. A lot of young men, especially got different mindset right now. They trying to be more accomplished and things. So you get a lot of young guys that's well accomplished. They got good jobs and they like perfectly fit to take care of a woman, to treat her.
Mhm.
However, however, there is a however.
There is a however.
Okay, so basically, the only downfall that I think dating or having a serious relationship with a young guy, they tend on being too clingy or needy too
Very
quickly.
clingy.
Like
Oh.
too
Clingy.
I don't
But-
know. I don't know if it's for mommies.
But I'm the only guy on the panel today. I would say I'm the only guy on the panel. I beg to differ again. When I used to be younger, I was less needy. That time I was so full of cockiness. I thought that I didn't need any woman in my life. I felt like they were keeping me as a slave.
Mhm. Well, I mean,
That's true, and I see where you're coming from, but the roles have
The roles
also
are reversed.
reversed like a lot in the last few years.
Exactly.
Females are acting like males out there,
Exactly.
and males like females.
Not
So
providers anymore. That's the whole problem.
that's
Exactly.
the whole thing.
Women empowerment. Like I say,
Independence.
but the thing is, it's circumstantial. The circumstances that you're in that puts you in a relationship, especially like if you're wanting to marry an older guy or wanting to date an older guy, wanting to marry an older guy, for him to take care of you because you come from a background where you didn't have, and that person can financially take care of you.
Mm.
However, there are certain cases that you do come across that people really marry for love, and then they marry their grandpa.
I'm just reading a comment. And I'm laughing now. I'm reading a comment, and it's from Adelicia Peters, and she says, "Apparently, after 30s, you refer to as unmarried and
Not
not single."
True, but unfortunately, I'm 21 in 4 years, and Cecile
We're
is
not even
we're not
close.
even we're not
We're
even
not
close.
close at all,
We're not
so
even close till there.
That doesn't count for
That
us.
doesn't
And
count.
Alicia, thank you.
And then, okay, now I want to go into a serious type of topic now because it came to the man should be provider. We had a topic like this
we had
before,
yeah.
and now Andre Paul says life
Life
is 50-50 these days. Do you question to all of you ladies? Do you think men are just saying that, nothing to against you, Andre? Men are saying these things nowadays not just to escape of being provider, or it's just because times are tougher to be a provider.
I think Andre should actually go back to our previous show that we had about this topic.
It's being difficult.
It can be both. Life is quite expensive these days, and for one person to work, I mean, if you want a certain lifestyle, it would be recommended for both people in that relationship to work. But I don't think that a man should be solely reliant on a woman's salary. You know, she should be able to cover the extras, but a man should still be able to cover the basics of a woman's needs.
Exactly.
And I think, like Colin and Cecile just mentioned, that these days women are much more independent. They are more empowered, so they don't feel they need to succumb to the to dating an older man for that financial support. Most of the time, that is why a woman would date an older man. Not all the time, though, because in my perspective, I mean, when I was dating,
Let me just leave.
I think I need to explain this a little because I don't think you know, emotionally, I think older men are much more emotionally mature because we all know that men mature at a later age than a woman. So for the younger man, he's still finding his feet. He's still trying to find his mark in the world. Where an older man, he has much more stability. He has much more resources.
I would beg to differ. I've seen a lot of stupid old men out there. So I'm
I agree with you fully. I'm going to tell you now. I think, like wholeheartedly, age is nothing but a number. Maturity doesn't come with age. This is now experience-wise that people that I've met. Like age is nothing but a number, and maturity comes from like your loyalty, how you treat people. And a lot of older guys, they're acting like young, stupid, young guys.
That's not that smart.
They're silly. And a lot of younger guys are more mature. They're more, like I say, they're more in their feelings. So I think that's where the neediness of the clinginess comes. But they're actually
They're more
mature.
emotionally open. I think that's why they tend to cling, because they think, oh, this is going to be love and this is going to be that and this. Whereas the older guy has been through it 10, 15 times, So he's like, I'm not gonna put too much effort into this or whatever type of thing.
Well, Andre Paul actually disagrees with you. And I mean, if we go to his comment, he says, with age
see.
comes experience, and most of the young cats out there is just out for a good time.
I don't know if I'm saying the name right. But okay, so Vion also says, right? Vion also says, so at what age do you become an older man?
Your age, Bjorn, your age. Your age, Bjorn.
Anyway, but it's a good question.
Yeah.
At what age to become older man? I think becoming older or becoming, we shouldn't
Or matured.
Matured.
Hey,
I think
it's maturity.
not,
Yeah, I don't
not just that, growth in the mind. Growth in the mind.
Yes.
A lot of people expect someone to be the same person they've been 15 years ago. They don't
Years
believe
ago.
that people can grow.
Mm.
I don't want to say an older man. I would say a man with growth and a growth mindset. But I just want to go again, yeah. And is it Adelie? What? I can't even read the name.
Adeline van Zyl says, in my next life, I'm marrying an older person with life experience. He just know how to treat a queen.
Oh wow!
Mm.
And you, I don't know.
I think-
I'm not marrying an ex man.
Well, in my perspective,
Controlling, I think controls come in
Yeah.
with money. If you want to be treated like a queen and you're marrying an older guy because you want to be treated like a queen, that person might be controlling,
Yeah.
and then you're not going to be happy. At the end of the day, exactly. At the end of the day, you need to be happy.
Mm.
I feel for one, you need to be happy. I'm not going to be in a relationship where I'm not happy. I am definitely
I
not gonna be.
refuse.
Exactly. I'm not even going to marry for money. And with this, it comes where you are a female, you are successful in everything. So money and that is the last thing that's going to phase you.
Yeah.
You're going to want in someone with integrity,
Well, there must
loyalty.
be some money at least.
Obviously,
I'm not
but
going for
So that comes to something Siam is saying.
Then I'm
That-
going to ask Cecile, can you afford your own trip to Dubai? So are you
Yeah.
going to want a husband that can take you to Dubai? So if you want a husband that can take you to Dubai, are you going? Can you pay for the trip also?
I'm going to take myself to Dubai, not you and me to Dubai. So
I just want to go to one of the comments where
So-
Shyam September says, young men expect you to look after them and they will hustle. Older men is more matured until a certain extent.
Well said, and that's what I was saying also.
Yeah, I think, when it comes to younger men, and a lot of women, they fall in love with the man's potential.
Mm.
And
definitely.
younger men, we see the potential in a man, and we hope that he's going to become what we believe him to be.
Yes.
The problem with potential is never promised. It is it's possible. And as soon as possibility, I mean, if possibility isn't reached, it becomes less and less probable.
Exactly.
So that's the mistake that we make. We fall in love with potential, and potential is never promised.
but I'm not potential, but I'm just
With an
saying.
older man, we know exactly. Look, if you in your 40s and you not sorted out, then goddamn, what were you doing in your 20s and your 30s?
I just want to go through comments before you guys go further. So Tracy says,
Maturity surely doesn't come with age at all.
and then
I
Natasha also commented something.
Age doesn't matter. Some younger and older men can be idiots. They still don't know what they want in this life.
And I just want to give two guys a chance also because we're
Ooh,
grabbing ladies.
Bradley says, going for your type is sometimes not viable these days. Many times, the total opposite can be so much more rewarding.
And
Gladly. I love you. I love you as a friend, eh?
Walid says, who are you going to look after the end of the day, the old guy or the younger?
oh wow.
Ah.
You look after the old guy when you start marrying him already.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, so many younger men, and then this is the mistake that a lot of women make. They date a younger man, and then this man still needs to, he needs to be built. And there's a difference between building a man and covering him while he is building. And then we want to take over. We feel, we want. Like I said, we fall in love with the potential. We put in so much, we invest so much of ourselves for this man to be something. But the thing is, that ends up you mothering the guy.
Exactly.
And he cannot see you as a wife or as a sexual partner if he sees you as a mother figure.
Mm. Where do you ladies stand on that though?
See, I think what females sometimes tend to do, they start dating guys that's younger than them. I think where the age gap comes in, it's like a huge age gap. I'm just making an example, roughly like you're dating you're 30 and you're dating someone that's 20, that's like
Or 19.
or 19 that just started university. And now, like 5-6 years, you're 35, you're not married. That person is studying and stuff or whatever, and then he decides, but
by the time he's 25 and you are 40
or whatever,
he's like, oh, but this
This
is
is
actually
not
not
for
what
me.
I want. And he's like, oh, I'm old now.
But if you think of dating someone, I don't want to make it sound like it's about money, man. I just don't want to. But if you date, like I said, like age is nothing but a number, and maturity is like age doesn't. I don't think maturity comes with age, not at all. I really don't. I really don't think that. So if you date someone that's like 24, 25, it's okay, whatever, but it's mature. And he can handle, if he can handle his feelings, if he can respect himself and you, then I think that's the type of potential. People look for wrong things, man.
Yeah.
They look for, like you said, they look for other potential. They don't They don't know what they want.
I'm laughing at the comment that Madalisha made, and and just bluntly put it. And she's such a loyal viewer. She's on from the get-go, and she says, "I think you become a man when you can wipe your own ass without the toilet paper being passed." I get what she's saying. Responsibility. As soon as you can blooming take responsibility as a man, then you be classified as a man, not old, no young, because looks and age is nothing, like you said, like a number. People don't care.
Maturity.
Yes.
When you mature, you're responsible. You consider other people's feelings. You respect yourself. You respect the next person. That's maturity. And once you establish that, no matter what your age is or whatever, and then you mature, and then you can. I think then you're ready to give that the love that you have, or the whatever you want to give to that person. Then you're ready to do that. You're ready to take on a relationship. You're ready to talk sensible things.
So question to you and Cecile. I mean, what was the age group that you guys have been dating? I mean, have you dated an older man and have you dated a younger man? What was the difference in your?
How many men are you dating now at the moment? I'm just joking.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know who you are. I love my boyfriend out there.
My boyfriend.
Comment section.
But I miss you, baby.
I just want to see who's going to say, I'm a boyfriend. How many comments is popping up?
Who's going to do this?
For me, I think more younger. I've become acquainted with.
The thing is, and what means is you'll come across a lot. We would go out, and people would be like, we always meet people. We always, like, wherever we go, we always meet people. They assume we're young. So whatever age you guess, we agree.
We just go with the flow. Then okay, I'm 20 years, of course. And then
we agree. So we're that age for them.
And Megan Edwards actually said maturity has nothing to do with age, but emotional.
Wow,
and
beautiful.
She goes on backing up with to say, you get old men who are literally babies.
That's true.
And it's true. Like I'm hindering on it. I know, but again, let me just throw something in a spanner there quickly. You say you go for the older guys. Yes, we want maturity. Yes, we want stabilization also, but we also don't want to sit with a wrinkly old guy also that doesn't look good in bed. Let's just be frank. So we don't want someone that doesn't look good. We want some attraction. Attraction is king also.
Okay, but with that,
we want the backflips. We want the backflips.
Oh, it's like eating crackers. It's like eating crackers each night. Missionary style. Missionary style.
But imagine eating stale crackers, Byron.
And the one with
stale crackers.
No salt, no flavor, nothing.
So what happens? I mean, we all know that men have, their sexual market is far vaster than a woman. And what happens if 10, 15 years from now, you at your, you've reached kind of your sexual limit and you're going through your menopause, and a man, it has, he still has wuma. He still has a lot of wuma. I think until a very late age. What happens then? And then the tables are turned.
Exactly.
So you cannot look down on a man. I mean, a man, no matter what age, you can still perform the business.
Exactly.
So what happens then?
Look, at the end of the day, you're only as old
As
you feel.
I think.
I don't think if it's menopause or whatever, you're only as old as you feel. That's how I think.
Backflips, Yana.
Yes, Megan, backflips.
Adeline Van Zyl says use tissue oil, then you don't. Where's that? The other one.
Okay, so Adeline Van Zyl.
Yeah,
Okay.
she says use tissue oil, then you don't get wrinkles.
Look, yeah,
But wrinkles are not.
you won't get wrinkles. You won't get wrinkles.
You see the ass in bed. But anyway,
Not depending on the position.
but it's always a problem. Like I always said, it's about pros and cons. You go into a relationship, you outweigh things. Is having at the age you at also, and I'm not a woman. I don't know. You all three of you are not past the age of 40 yet. But all the rumors going, women always struggle past the age of 40. Men enjoy their life, blah 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 blah. But it's the age where you find yourself in. Can you sit up with a young man if you're over the age of 40? Do you think that can you hold up with a young man that energizes himself, wants to party, wants to go out? You're going maybe through menopause that time.
Yeah.
So you're full of stress.
I mean,
But Byron, like I said, the time that you're gonna take someone and they've reached that maturity, the person you date, and they mature enough to realize they need to be content in the little situationship or the relationship or the marriage or whatever that they're in, then I don't think that should be a problem in the future. I'm gonna make an example. I'm not gonna name names. I'm not gonna I know somebody.
Yeah, I don't know me.
Yeah, no. I personally know somebody who married someone that's younger than her. And it's, I think, more or less 10, 11 years down the line. And they're perfectly happy. They're perfectly happy. It's not a situation of, oh, ek wil gaan party or anything like that. They're perfectly happy because the type of person he is, and yeah, he was mature enough to be in that situation, or not be to love someone enough to accept that person as they are.
Yeah. I think also back to what Colin just said, just to touch on that. If you find the right person, I don't know yet because I'm not there yet.
Exactly.
But if you find the person that you love that much to compromise for, you want to compromise, you want to do these things, you don't feel forced into anything. If you feel forced, then you're not where you're supposed to be. That's what I say. I don't know what's going on anywhere, but you would want to compromise if you feel that much for the person.
And especially if that person is reciprocating the
reciprocating.
Very nice word, reciprocating.
Very English.
Very English, ladies. Very English. Very.
If you feel, never mind the age, if it's an older person or younger, so if you feel that person is giving the love that you need or making you happy, see,
you don't feel forced.
You don't
it
feel
just
forced,
comes naturally. You want to be here. You want to compromise. That's when it's like your souls are just connected. So age wouldn't matter in that case. So,
yeah, I get what you're saying. I mean, with Shiam, if we go to Shiam's comment, where she said, I think it's the other one, that one, young men is for sex, and flash older men are for sex as well, but they will also look well after you. It's a 50-50 in a relationship. Basically.
I beg to differ, but a man is a man in the end of the day.
A man is
a man, no matter what age. A bit of wisdom to manipulate the woman a bit better. That's one of the advice I'm putting out there. Men, don't shoot me down, but this is what I'm telling you. Men grow up with wisdom, how to manipulate the woman a bit better. So he acquires a bit more things. Now, other men probably don't make it in life or don't acquire things. It's not because they're not determined, but because they haven't been given that opportunity, or it's all about opportunity, luck, also determination in life. But I'm telling you now, when it comes to a woman, men grow in manipulation more and more each day.
The roles has changed, guys.
Yeah.
But
Roles have changed.
I think with for myself, I mean, if I should go out in the dating scene, I would definitely want to date a man that's older than me than a guy that's younger than me, because I feel I don't want to end up wasting my time, because as women you have a certain biological clock. So you don't want to go out dating several guys only to find out that he's not for you. So you don't want to waste your time. So I think with older men, that there's a bigger chance or degree of them wanting to settle down than a man maybe in his 20s. Because a man in his 20s still might want to party. Still, because I've heard a lot of young men say, oh no, they like dating women with children because they know they can get sex from that woman without having to settle down, and they can benefit from that woman financially because she's financially she's on her feet. So I mean, it's like you said, it all depends on the situation. It is a risk to date a young man, and it's a risk to date an older man as well. But it all depends what you feel much more comfortable in doing, and based on your personal experience.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
But I think I still vouch older men.
Go older men.
I want to go to a comment. Megan is a young soul. I know her personally. She's a young soul, and she says,
after 22 years of marriage, I can tell you there's just so many factors that makes a lasting relationship, as the needs of both parties being met.
and that's
Are the needs of both
parties being met. See, that's a good question. Again, you need to know where you are in your life. You like a lot of ladies like to put this out there, and I keep on saying we have debates a lot, and I say to people each and every day, stop saying men has to do this for women has to do this for men. Yes, men must be providers. That's one thing I stand by, and if you beg to differ, that's your life. You have to stand by that. But what I do stand by is when you want something done for yourself, expect to be able to do it to the other person. Nobody is loved the same. Nobody wants to be loved the same. You need to first figure out yourself in life and know this is what I want. This is how I am. This is what I expect before you go and find yourself someone that you love. Like vice versa. I can't just say expect I'm a woman. First go find God, go find yourself, or go find whatever I need before you come to me. No, you can still have an unbalanced relationship. That's what everything is about. Balance.
It is my balance here. At the end of the day, like both people, like if you're female, you need to respect yourself in order to give love to somebody, and vice versa with that person as well. They need to respect themselves enough in order to give love to somebody else. The moment you appreciate yourself, you respect yourself, I think you are prepared to show loyalty to somebody. You can show somebody happiness or give somebody happiness. I don't think happiness is given, but just but you get what I'm saying. But you get what I'm saying. So I just think that's what I'm either way, older guy, younger guy.
Solange is my reg maak as dit right.
Backflip, Byron, backflip. I'm looking for the backflip. Flip mode.
Being able to
And a giant backflip.
Well,
Good question. Look, we talking about expecting what a guy can do for you, just like I said now. But what are you going to offer? You think this guy that can lekker maneuver himself, can put you in places. What are you nurturing? If you don't want to be a protector, how are you nurturing him?
but Byron, not all rip guys can. There's chubby ones that can also backflip. If you know, you know.
Look, life is about the ripple effect, and it has a ripple effect.
Exactly.
And jokes aside, I mean, yes, you want a guy that's good in bed, but at the end of the day, to me, I think loyalty is key. Loyalty is number one. And I agree with what you ladies say. It's not about the age, because loyalty doesn't come with age. Whether you're 20 years old, whether you're 30 years old, 40, it's not about how old you are. It is about your character and your value systems that will determine whether or not you're going to be loyal in that relationship. So yes, loyalty is key. That's number one.
And I want you ladies to answer this. It sounds like a joke from him, but it's actually a good question. I can't even find it now. But anyway, so
Was it Andre?
Was it Andre?
Was it Andre?
no, Andre is getting you ladies on the hill. I'm leaving him on my side, that side also. So so life is all about risks. That's what Jason also says. And
Yeah.
that's so true. You can't expect to be fearful of getting into a relationship, fearful of doing something. Jason, very good point. And this is what I tell people every day also. Life is about risks. You can't look at this pandemic we're in. Did you expect that you're not going to be at work until now, Monday? Did you expect that you're going to sit back and not be able to say you were supposed to get married maybe now in this year? Did you expect you're not going to get married in February, March? No. So life is about risk. You don't foresee things, but you can only expect certain things will work out because humans change each and every day. That's what I say.
Day.
You and I, we change. We don't know what we want tomorrow. Ons lus vir 'n biscuit vandag, tomorrow we don't.
See, I actually sent someone a voice note in the week, and I told that person, when you meet somebody new, you don't go into that friendship with expectancies. You don't expect anything from. Everything flows. Everything happens for a reason, and I think it's like a ripple effect. So you don't go into that relationship, if it's a friendship, a relationship, anything with expectancy. You because you get disappointed at the end of the time. At the end of the day, like I would go in. I'm just making an example. I would meet somebody and I would expect that person maybe to date me or to like I would see something more in that person. But at the end of the day, then I don't get that same back from the person. Or we are in a relationship, but I don't expect like it to be a forever after. You understand? Just like maybe a learning curve in your life.
Mm-hmm.
So I agree with Byron where you need to take risks at times, but just don't go with expectations.
Well, I'm at the point where I don't go into anything with expectations at all.
At all, yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I have been at the point where I've expected things and it didn't go my way. So I'm at that point. Maybe I'm here in the middle. I'm supposed to be there, but I'm still here now at this moment in time.
Savio says love is blind and die trouwring is die bril. So to English viewers, love is blind and the wedding ring is the glasses. Spectacle. Is the bril.
and the wedding ring is spectacular.
But I think you wanted to go to a comment earlier. So I think Taryn Kibido said also.
She says, to me personally, a relationship is 100, not 50-50, no matter the age.
She makes a valid point.
Everybody, both parties in the relationship need to be in the 100%, you know?
Yeah.
And that's what people think. Like you said, you shouldn't be expecting. It's what can you also offer? And I think I actually mentioned this to Byron today, and I said, we are all human. And we need to accept that. We are all imperfect beings. And at some point or another, we are going to be hurt and we're going to be disappointed by the people that we love or the people that we think about or the people that we are close to. We need to accept that because I'm not perfect and he's not perfect. We're going to make mistakes.
What are you talking about?
And in the process of making
you want me to tell you that?
No, she's
a liar.
Cockiness. These are cocky dandy.
And you have to look out for yourself, and then you can look out for others. That's
No.
The thing is, the difference about self-love and looking out for yourself. If you can't look out for yourself, it's like if you can't protect yourself, it's called protection. There's a difference between love and protecting yourself. If you can't protect yourself, you can't protect others.
In what way do you want to protect yourself?
In the way of when you look out for yourself in certain things of aspects in life, knowing how to handle life, knowing how to go through to certain situations in life. So being cocky is looking after yourself, knowing I got this, I know my work, I know how to do things in life.
But anyway, but that comes with what Jason said. He said life is about the risk. So you can't protect yourself 24/7. You gonna be iemand gaan vir jou pootjie en jy gaan val.
No,
if you're going to go through life with a shield, are you actually really experiencing life?
Experiencing life, exactly.
You're always going to want to protect yourself. Are you then going to really openly love somebody?
Love somebody, exactly.
So you can't go on. You can't go through life with armor on you all the time. It's going to feel way too much.
That's a different topic again. You can't. Yeah, sorry, Colin, go on.
Okay, the thing is, and like Lethea said, you can't be shielded, you can't be guarded every time because at the end of the day, you're not going to allow yourself to love someone or to be with the right person. And in times like that, you think you found the right one, then it's not. I don't want to say the right person, but when you think you found the person that's for you, then it's not the person for you. Then is jy klaar die bout was.
Yeah. I want to go through one of the comments. Shiyam September says a relationship becomes tricky when both parties has outside kids. Ooh, this is another topic. I think we should actually have this one. But had one together in the marriage. That's when a lot of people. Okay, where am I now? That's when a lot of people tend to divorce.
Oh, let me just step away from this topic a bit. I am.
I think that is a really good. Yeah,
and then Nadine MacDonald also says something. So I like to hear her comments. She's a young girl with so much intelligence on her, and she gets it from her older brother.
Oh, taking credit for other people's success and mindset. Okay, so but by saying you shouldn't expect, isn't it being cautious by not expecting? So by going with the flow without a long-term thought. Without a long-term thought or want, wouldn't that just be subconsciously expecting your relationship to fall?
Wow. Intelligent little girl. I told you she's got a big brother.
I think like when you go into a relationship, especially a new one or a new friendship, but now given our relationship wise being with like say now with the older man. And you're wanting obviously the stability and the love and whatever and so forth, and it's something new for you. I would say in the beginning, don't expect something too much in the beginning and let it flourish further in order for you to see where it goes. As I say, you go with the flow and see what happens. You would see before anything is too serious or before that person carried you on their throne or on the pedestal, you would see if it's for you or not for you. So I'm not saying be guarded when you go into something. I'm not saying be hesitant, but just go with the flow. Whatever happens, happens at the end of the day. And the same vice versa for the young, if you go in a relationship with a young person as well. Just go with the flow and see what happens.
Yeah, and also I think you don't say things that you don't mean. You don't make promises that you know you're not going to be able to keep. So just, like Colin says, kind of go with the flow, but also make sure that you don't say anything that makes that person more expectant, or if you would know that you're not going to go there or whatever.
But I understand both saying go with the flow, but at some point of a relationship, there are going to be certain expectations. Because if I'm dating a guy and we now have a situationship, and at some point I want to move into a relationship, I mean, I don't think going with the flow is necessarily going to make me happy. Or I'm not going to be happy in that situation.
But that's where
I want things.
That's where compromisation comes in.
But and what Cecile say? And like Cecile said, when you're in a situationship with somebody, usually it comes from one. It's usually one-sided, because somebody would be like, "I'm not ready, but come, let's see where it goes." Then it's usually the other person said that's ready, and then the other person, let me see where it goes. And once it seems like there is something there, and you want something more out of, and then that person will obviously tell you in the beginning, "Okay, but let me know if you want. We can have." The thing is if you're mature enough to sit down and actually talk about the thing, it shouldn't be a problem at the end of the day.
Or if you're in a situationship, you're not going to make the person expectant if you don't do or say things that you know is not part of the deal that you guys have or the friendship that you guys have. So like Colin also is then become more mature to be able to say, look, I know this has been going on, but can we do something else?
Yeah, I just want to go to a comment where Marcy McCann says, well, when you've had your heart broken, it causes you to become guarded.
Wow, that's deep. A lot of people do. And that's, again, self-healing comes in. Self-healing helps with that.
Like with, I think personal experience, I think it usually comes also like with, definitely like with me, with my personality type, and that nothing ever deterred me from being happy or maybe even going moving forward in life with anybody else or whatever. I felt at the time there was a choice that I just had, and I told myself, look here, I need to take a break and everything. And basically, if you can say find myself, I didn't actually think I lost myself, because I was still the same person as always. It's just I needed a break. I was like in a very a long relationship, broken telephone, together again, Telkom signal, no Telkom signal. Like I was in a very long relationship like that, and when it ended and stuff like that, became so content with myself. I needed that alone time and whatever. And when I eventually started dating or yes, okay, dating, yeah, eventually it was actually nice for me. It wasn't like, oh, I don't want to be here, or like I don't want anything else. I could freely say, look, yeah, I'm content with me and what we have now, or I could freely say, tell that person, look, I don't want anything, or come, let's see where this takes us, or come, let's see where this leads.
Yeah.
Mm.
I can just to dip in there again. For me, I just want to tell everybody out there who's been wondering, you know that saying where they say a female breaks up with you while still in the relationship, the day that she walks out is actually like she's been done for a year, maybe, or 6 months.
Ah.
It's true.
That's true.
No, it's
I don't know who's
definitely
watching,
true.
but
No,
it's true.
A man walks out and he's not even done yet.
When he comes back. When he comes back.
No, but that is true.
Yeah.
Personal experience, that is true.
Then the guy is like, oh, but what happened?
Work it out like
But it's
But now you see, now this is where the older man comes in. He's been keeping you as a slave because if he walks out, he's scared because he's gonna die. But anyway,
Please die.
okay, bye.
but jokes aside, what we hear, we normally take some comments. Let's take some comments, guys, so we can also reply to some people.
So Jason de Jong says,
Courtney de Jong.
oh, sorry, Courtney. He says, agreed, Byron. I don't see how you can look after someone else if you can't look after yourself. Be the best version of you. Be the best version of you for someone else to enjoy that person who you are.
And then Andre says,
Andre Paulsa says, if you are born in the 90s and don't have a kid, there is something wrong with you. Hey, Andre, I'm born in the bloody 90s. Okay.
let's go
Oh,
on. She's 1999. Anyway, so let's go on. Let's go on.
Jason Mayer. Honestly, it takes two to tango, but in the same breath, no matter the age, both parties should always meet in the middle.
I don't know. Can we take two more comments?
Yeah. Daryl Kibido says, I think that with young guys, where most of the things go wrong is when you're married and you have too many friends and always want to be out partying. You are so busy with your friends, you forget about your family, in that way you can lose a good wife. So it's always also a case of just growing up.
Oh wow, that's a good point. I take the last one from I think from Claudine.
Claudine Tanya says, you can have a younger partner and he can be responsible depending on the mindset. Being with an older guy, you might just end up being a tool only so either way. It depends on the maturity of the person. That is a good point.
Good point. Excellent points.
I've been saying all the time and people's not listening to me. It's maturity. It doesn't matter age. Maturity.
Yeah.
But I said there's so many good points, and I mean Andre has been giving a lot of good points in between. I know Byron has made some true statements, and he's agreeing. You were joking earlier. I don't know Al Gurn, and he said dates younger ladies, so we should have gotten him on the show. So I'm just saying that that looking through everybody's comments and everything, the biggest thing in the end of the day to me is each to his own.
Yes, each to his own. No judge. We don't judge. No judge.
What does the guys normally say? It is what it is.
I mean, you would be like, if you know, you know.
And just like a lot of people have the specific list that they characteristics of the man of a person that they want. Many a times you might set your mind out to wanting an older man and then meet a younger guy and just you go for somebody that you never expected you would go for. And it all depends on what stage in your life you are at. It depends on the person's mindset. It depends. It's so many things other than just age.
That's a good point.
If it's a younger person or older guy, it's a maturity level of either, and then also where you, like you said, where you are in your life at that point in time. Definitely. And because I just think when the older guys, I'm a bit finicky on that, but to each his own.
Each his own.
Yeah, I'm a bit finicky with the older guy thing. After I watched
I
Cheaters,
think you just
after
don't
I
want to
watched-
see a rumpled man on top of you. I just want.
after I watched Cheaters South Africa last week, I was shocked.
Let's. Salvino was joking, but let's go to one of his comments quickly. Before that,
Go ahead.
I just feel that in some relationships, the romance leave the house the minute a child walks in. In that case, you find the one partner, let me just go, my eyes are weaker, that wants to focus more on his or her career, cause the other to take care of the kid. I don't know how you guys feel about that one. So that's also, I don't know if I can share
About
light on
now.
that
Name
one.
names.
Name names. The,
I don't know
the,
if I
the thing is, it's dependent. I can now say with myself, I had a child when I was second. I had a child when I was second year university, and I had a good support structure. Like I had parents, I had his grandparents, so I could focus on myself. The father could focus on him if he wanted to. He could have. So it depends. It's different. When a child walks in, it depends. I always say your support structure plays a big role on your progress in life and where you come in life. If you have a good support structure, at the end of the day, you can make a lot of things happen. And I always say, like, you need to seize the opportunity. You need to seize the opportunity then and there.
Yeah. For me also, I think the same thing like Colin said, but I was in first year, guys. First year. And I also had a good support structure. I know my parents, my mother, I got the best support. So there's never a time where I'm like, oh, I don't know where I can put my
Child or whatever.
Now they're big, but I mean, like,
Back
it was
then,
never like,
there was never
one of
time where
those-
myself was a seal and the kid's father could say, but we they had to look after the child, or I had to look after the child in order for you to better yourself, or they had to look after the child in order for me to better myself.
And even with
It wasn't.
our downtime wasn't when the children were babies. Our downtime wasn't alone without the fathers. So it would be all of us trying together,
Oh,
doing
yeah,
something together.
together.
So we would still technically be looking
Look
after
after the children, yeah.
So
Het klink so julle twee mekaar convince. Jokes aside, but Andre makes a valid point. I don't know. I was going to answer that, but Andre kind of answered it for me. He said, if you can't accept your partner's kid or career choices, you are not mature enough, fellow. So he's basically saying it's a choice. It's a commitment you make. So we're going into a different topic now, but it's a commitment you make in life to get into a relationship with someone, even to marry someone in life. You make a commitment to be there through certain things in life. Yes, you grow and you change, but life changes each and every day. People today, they work on reflex. So they see something in life, they work on short-term goals. So they're like, oh, look, I'm infatuated with this guy, or I'm infatuated with this girl. My partner's not the one for me anymore. Or I like older guys, or I like younger guys. Impulsive, yes. They don't think what's long-term good for them. They don't think what's gonna go good for them. Yes, we should live in the present, but you should also understand that when you get into a relationship, marriage, relationship, life partner, whatever you want to call it, it is a commitment, young or old.
I'm just actually sorry, Cecile, that I'm just thinking now, if you're dating a younger guy and your kid is like at the age where you can be like, jy kan nie saam met my praat nie, because ons is dieselfde age.
okay, not that bad,
but I'm just saying,
it's like I don't want to hear, or the kid is talking back,
stuff like that.
What do you do, ladies? What do you do?
I think it was, and I mean, I get what both of you are saying, and I think, is it Andre that said that? I don't necessarily agree that you're not mature if you cannot accept your child's your partner's kid, because it all depends on the relationship, and it all depends on the level of respect. And that the child is showing to the partner, and what the partner is showing to the child. I mean, a relationship on its own is already challenging, even without children. Now, then you bring children into the mix that are both of your children, it gets even more challenging. Now, what about children that you bring out before the relationship? Makes it even more challenging. So you need to be aware of what you're putting yourself into, and if you know it's something that you cannot live with, or deal with, then you need to be mature enough to make that decision and not lead somebody on into being in that relationship, knowing it's something that you cannot accept.
I just wanted to go to two comments, and this is a good question, and I want to link them together. Where Andre said, if you are going to be with an older guy, more often than not, you are just going to be a trophy girl. I'm on the fence with that one. And then you get this one also, says Darren says, and then, I don't know if it's true, but the saying goes, as armoede by die voordeur intrap, dan trap liefde by die agterdeur uit. And that's so true. People get involved with people because they don't have a way out in life because of their circumstances. Again, like I said, impulsive action. You don't know how you're going to get out here.
Circumstantial. Whatever decision you make in life, dating an older guy, dating a younger guy, circumstantial.
But the younger guy could be the one with the money, and he could want to leave me, and then I'm not working or whatever, and then look that.
At the end of the day, your problem.
But like I said to you guys, and you didn't believe us, the show goes so quickly, and we're on that time of the show already. I told you, sometimes when you start getting into these things, and it's such topics, relationship topics go so quick, as Lethea and I agree. But what we like to do is give you each a minute each, just to encourage our viewers, as everybody is going through struggling times. People are too proud. They have too much pride to talk about it. They have too much pride to show it. But we don't want them to expose themselves what they're going through. But we want you to encourage people, because we all face our own adversities. Like they say, no one's cross is heavier than the others. Everybody's situation is different. So we want to ask you guys, just to encourage our viewers, at some point, I'm going to leave the screen to the both of you. Like Colin said, each to his own. So we're going to leave it to the two of you. If you can just encourage our viewers, and it's going to be blank just on the two of you for now.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so basically, I just feel love each day as it comes. Be happy, be content. If something is not for you, don't do it. Don't put yourself through something that you wouldn't maybe want your child to go through, or somebody else, a close friend, to go through. Yeah, that's basically it.
Okay, from my side, I would say relationship-wise, I know the topic was an old man's queen or a young man's life, but for all relationships, I think don't put too much effort into that relationship when it just starts. Like, don't put too much thought and energy and everything in, and then when it's over or something goes wrong, then it's like, like I would say mimic what the other person is doing. If he gives 100, you give 100. If she gives 50, you give 50. That type of thing. And do other things, like be with your friends, do everything that you want to do. If you are single, I'm not talking about the married people now.
But
if you're married, you're 100.
It's basically love for the moment. Love for the moment.
And
make
enjoy
each day count.
And go for your goals, even if you're already married, in a relationship, engaged.
Look for that support. Exactly.
Try to pursue your goals. Do what you want to do. If you wanted to study further, even if you are 30, go do it. Go pursue your goals. I can't stress that enough, ladies, really.
Wow. And that's supporting, ladies. And why we got you guys on, so just to show, like Lethea was joking about it earlier, that women naturally don't get along well, no matter if they're friends. It's always, it's I don't know if it's in nature or what it is. And they would like to call it bromance when men get along well, but it's because they have to fend and fight for stuff, It's like they feeling previously disadvantaged to the life that we have today. So now they have to press each other down to get somewhere, to conform to life. So you ladies are actually showing you don't need to do that. You can carry each other's crowns and put it on each other's heads and say, come, we shine.
And the thing with us, we're really honest with each other. If we're unhappy about something, we address it then and there. It's not, we're not itchy with a bee.
But Colin and Cecile, thank you so much for being on the show. Please wait in studio. We would love to talk to you guys after this. Just wait in studio. We would love to talk to you after this. We're just going to say goodnight to everybody on here. And thank you guys again.
Thank you so much, Cecile and Colin.
Wow, that was nice.
That was a really good show. And I think with the viewers, I love all the comments that you guys shared. I loved all the engagement. And if you enjoyed what you watched tonight, and if there's any value you could draw from this, and if you feel that there's anybody else that can draw value from this, consider liking and sharing this video, or liking and sharing our page for future content.
And yeah, like as you can see, Colin and Cecile, they're there to motivate each other. And that's what we need in today's life. A lot of people now think it's about competition, it's about fighting against each other. They come out of circumstances that they face their own adversities, like all of us do. And like they said also, each one's cross is not heavier than the other one's. But as long as you can work together, guys, you can accomplish anything. Like the two of them are proving tonight. They're smiling through this time that we're going through. So as we say each night, Lethea and I, good night.
Good night,
And we
thank
love
you
you.
so much. Mwah.